Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Mike Reed here, and welcome back to another toy review by yours truly. So today I got another toy review for you guys. Hang on a second, just grabbing the figures right now. Today we're going to be taking a look at our final Zoid, at least for the last 9 Zoids we've been looking at over the past couple days. We're going to be taking a look at Zoids Wild Alpha Shadow, also known as Hunter Wolfe in the Japanese. And for what he is, he's honestly my second favorite Zoid. Next to Wildliger, he's my favorite. My second favorite, of course, I meant to say. So, he's my second favorite of all of the 9 Zoids that I've gotten as of now. So, well, that's all that's been released so far as well. So, on the side of the box, we have Alpha Shadow with Apex. The writer, again, don't care much for the characters of this series. I already kind of talked about that to death at this point. But anyway, build them to battle. It says at the top we have 60 pieces that build up to form Hunter Wolfe. And then at the bottom we have Hunter Wolfe there fighting against Gill Raptor. So that's pretty neat. Alright, without further ado, and now getting that box out of the way, let's take a look at Hunter Wolfe. And again, he is my second favorite Zoid. I just love the way he looks. For a Zoid based on a wolf, he absolutely kills it for me. I don't know why. The only thing that I have a minor complaint about is the back pieces. But we'll get into that later once we go into the Wild Blast mode. But for his base sort of configuration, he looks fantastic. He honestly looks like a wolf that's ready to go out and hunt and maybe hunt down Liger or something. I don't know. But it looks really impressive, honestly. This is one of my favorite looking Zoids that has been released thus far. Again, I know I'm saying that over and over, but honestly, next to Liger, he is a pretty good one. So, let's get into his Motorized Gimmick, which of course you guys can kind of tell already how he's going to do it. Basically, there's a switch on the back right there, and when I flick that forward, he's going to go into his motorized animation mode. So as you can see, he walks, this back part spins, and he opens his mouth as if he's howling. Or snarling. I can't really tell. But there you go. As he walks off frame. Alright, so that was his Motorized Gimmick. Now to go into the Wild Blast. So Wild Blast works as so. You have these pieces on the back, right here. And what you're going to do is you're going to open these up. And you're going to twist them up until they reach... There's a little click on the inside of these little gray pieces. And basically that will... There's a gentle, soft, sort of ratchet kind of click that you'll feel when you actually get into the first mode. So right now he's in his first Wild Blast mode, because his Wild Blast mode works in phases. So this is the first phase. So now he has his wings, little things open. And in this phase he can now use his wings to kind of channel a supersonic howl attack. That's how this would work. Which of course obviously in toy form is not going to work quite as well, but you kind of get the idea. So let me spin that around so we can see that from the front view. Alright, so now we've taken a look at the first mode of Wild Blast. Now I'll go into the second phase of Wild Blast. So when he gets into his second phase, what will happen is these wings at the back will fold all the way forward, and they'll spread out just a little bit more than they did before. And then you take this little part in the back that looks like an engine, and you spin it forward. This is now his second Wild Blast, and basically is a sonic cannon sort of thing. So he would in the show, he would fire supersonic waves out of this bat cannon, which, as you saw before, spins as he walks. And these little wings at the back will sort of move, which, again, they do move in the show, just to help sort of control the sonic waves, so that way they can actually hit the target. So, there it is from the front view with the spinning cannon and everything. And again, for what this is, I quite like this. I know not everybody is going to like this. I know everyone's not going to like Zoids in general. But out of all the Zoids that I've gotten so far, if you don't get... if you don't get Liger or any of the smaller Zoids first, I recommend this guy. Because not only does he look great, but I think that his Wild Blast is really, really different. That, and it's a rather flashy one. Out of all of them, I haven't seen any of them thus far that have like these giant wings that come up like this one does, or a big spinning cannon. I mean, sure, we've seen in the previous video, we saw Triceratogos and his little battering ram. We've seen Liger with his little slashing Wild Blast sort of claw thing. We've seen, and we also saw Gill Raptor with his slashing sword, and Ganontois with his back mounted cannon. Of course, with the smaller ones having their own little attack modes as well. But of all of those, this one's probably, as I said, not probably, it is one of my favorite Wild Blast modes next to Liger and stuff like that. Really, really neat Wild Blast. Yeah, I know it looks stupid. I'm not going to discount that. It does, yes, it does look very stupid. But is it still a cool gimmick if you look past the practicality of it? Almost certainly. It's a very impressive gimmick, actually. That, and again, it's a Wolfe Zoid. Where can you go wrong with a Wolfe Zoid? So, that is going to be that for the actual look at Hunter Wolfe. But now we're going to bring in all the other Zoids for comparison. So let me go through here, and we're going to start with the last Zoid we looked at, which is Triceratogos. And next to Triceratogos, he's actually quite a bit taller, but that's mostly just because of the giant Triceratops horns that sort of add the extra height. But from the head's sort of view, yeah, he's definitely smaller than a Hunter Wolfe by far. That, and he's obviously much wider and much slower than Hunter Wolfe is. Next, we're going to bring in the star of the show himself, Wildliger. So here he is, my two favorite Zoids now together. And again, they look really great together, actually, Wildliger and Hunter Wolfe. So there you have the two together. And again, they look really, really nice together, gotta say. And again, from the heads, yeah, he's definitely a bit taller than, Liger. So, there you go, guys. So next, after Liger, we're going to bring in Gill Raptor, the, of course, main antagonistic Zoid of the series. So here he is. And again, he's definitely taller head-wise than Gill Raptor. But then again, Gill Raptor just kind of naturally has this low profile kind of stance to him. Unlike Hunter Wolfe, which has a much taller, sort of menacing sort of look to him, especially when he has his mouth open like that. I mean, my God, those green eyes are piercing. But there you go. But then, of course, the video kind of distorts the colors a little bit, so it's not going to look as piercing. But trust me, in person, those green eyes are piercing. So, which I guess is good because, you know, he's supposed to be a wolf and everything, and wolves always have those bright, piercing eyes, at least in fictional interpretations of them, right? I'm not sure if it translates as well in real life, but I know that in, fiction, wolves are always depicted with those bright, shining eyes that shine through the darkness and stuff like that. So, next we're going to bring in Ganontois, and of course, Ganontois, being a tortoise, is definitely going to be a lot smaller, and a lot more petite than Hunter Wolfe. But there you go. So there you have the two of them together there. Sorry about that, guys. Had to quickly shimmy the phone back onto the phone stand, as I desperately wanted to fall off of it, which of course that would have been bad. But anyway, next we're going to bring in Scorpio, which of course is obviously going to be a lot smaller than Hunter Wolfe. But there you go. I guess that gives you a bit of perspective there of just how small these smaller Zoids are. I mean, they really are small. My God. But in the actual cartoon series, he's even smaller. So, but not by much. But still, he's smaller in the animation than he is in toy form. But anyway, next we're gonna bring in Raptor, which, as I keep saying, he's definitely a lot smaller than Hunter Wolfe is. So, there you go. Let's take him out. And then we're going to bring in Kuwaga, which, again, as I keep saying, much smaller than Hunter Wolfe. But nonetheless, he's still pretty menacing. So, there you go. And then lastly, we're going to bring in Spy Death. And as you can see, Spy Death, very chunky, very beefy kind of spider, at least in the back anyway, than Hunter Wolfe. Well, and size-wise, he's a lot smaller than Hunter Wolfe is. But there you go, guys. You get a good frontal view of that face. There we go. So there you go, guys. That is going to be my review of Hunter Wolfe. And finally, the end of my 9-part series, I guess. If you want to call it that. I wasn't officially going to call it a series, but I guess now you could say it's a series of Zoids-related reviews. Now, to preface, these are the first 9 Zoids released by Hasbro. Now, Takara Tomy makes these as well, so I'm definitely going to see if I can maybe get a hold of a couple of the Japanese releases, as Japan's Zoids is a lot farther along than this one is. And let me tell you guys, there are some pretty friggin' awesome Zoids that Takara has released. And if Hasbro doesn't release them, I'll just get them through that. So, just as I do with my Beyblades and such. Which, as of right now, you know what? I'm actually going to tell you guys that, Beyblade Burst Season 6, at the time of this recording, is coming up in the next month or so, April 2nd. So I'm going to see if I can get the brand new Burst Bays that are going to be coming out for that, so I can get reviews out on those. So definitely stay tuned, my Beyblade fans, as I will be getting those reviews out. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure to drop a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, ring that notification bell so that you get notifications for all my videos. And I kind of want to know in the comments, are you guys enjoying the toy reviews still? You guys want me to keep doing these, or nah, do you just want me to stop doing them and just stick with the gaming stuff? But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching regardless, and I will see you guys in the next video that I do. Larry Squad, and have a good one.